Hey, what up YouTube? It's your boy Naruto to 180, giving y'all guys another review, this time of EA's Dead Space, which is on the PS3 and 360. I played it on the PS3 of course, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing I'll tell you guys is about the story. The story, it takes place on the mining ship called the USG Ishimura. A little backstory on that as well. This mining ship went to Agis 7. Agis 7. It's a planet. It's like a red planet, and they went and they were mining it, and they found a weird artifact, and they brought it on to the ship. But lo and behold, something was terribly wrong with this artifact that they found, and a lot of weird things started to happen on the Ishimura, which led to like really horrible, terrifying things, and led to its eventual downfall. The character that you play is none other than Isaac Clarke. He's an engineer that him and his he's a member of another ship, and they heard the distress signal, and they're going in to try to see what happened with the USG Ishimura and try to help fix it. Another reason Isaac is going is because his girlfriend, Nicole Brennan, she was a member of that crew on the USG Ishimura, and he wants to know what happened to her. He wants to know if she's alive or what's going on. Let's see. The gameplay. The gameplay of this game. Well, no, let me go ahead and go with the graphics. The graphics of this game looks really good. The environment is very dark, very gloomy. The ship is like the ship is really wrecked. There's blood everywhere. Just great atmosphere for this type of game, hence the name Dead Space. Survival horror. That's what you're going to get. Like I said, the atmosphere for this game was done very well, and the graphics showed it to boot. Pretty much, the gameplay of this game is you're pretty much playing in third person all the time, which is rather cool. And there's different aspects of this game. Like there's two aspects of this game. It's one aspect where you're in the ship. And you're exploring the ship, and also you got some outside missions where you literally go outside into space to get to another part of the ship, which I found really cool. And also like when you go outside, like you actually have oxygen tanks where you have to refill them if you're outside, and just to stay alive, which I found it was a really cool dynamic of this game. Another thing you get to do, you actually have like telekinesis powers in this game where you can move objects with your hands or like blow them away. It's really cool. Another dynamic to this game. It's not really original because games like Psych Ops, which was a PS2 game, had done this before, but it gives a fresh feeling to be done in a survival horror game. Another thing, the enemies in this game, wow, they were mean, grotesque, and they were out for blood. And like the thing about them, like they came out every time you see an enemy, they came out in droves. So you had to be ready. And the only way in this game you could kill these enemies is by basically cutting off their limbs, and which was a rather different aspect to like a whole bunch of survival horror games, because you never done this before, just shooting or dissecting limbs off of an enemy to kill them, which it brought new life to the game and like give you another thought of what you could honestly do. It wasn't like, like when you play zombie games and you shoot them in the head and they instantly go down. This game was like if you shoot them in the head, the other body parts are still alive and they're still coming for you, which was pretty cool. Anyway, the enemies, they were called neomorphs. They were pretty much humans that were infected by a virus from the artifact, which was called the marker in the game, which you will find out more and more about, and also the happenings of what happened on the USG Ishimura. I have to say, the weapons in this game, you get a plethora of weapons, but you're pretty much going to be using one or two most likely. Another thing that they do is they kind of give it an RPG feel where you can literally upgrade your weapons and you can upgrade the suit that you're in, and which was really cool, I think. Very, very cool. Another thing that this game really does is it plays on the psyche. What I mean by that is while you're going through this game, you'll see images that are quite disturbing. In one of the chapters, you're in I think a medical ward, and you see a woman crying. There's dead bodies everywhere, dude. Dead bodies everywhere, and you just see this lone woman. She's crying, and there's a woman on the table, and you look at the woman, and you realize that's the woman that's crying, which was pretty goddamn cool. It was cool, but yet disturbing at the same time. The monsters in this game are just epic. They're epic bosses. I mean, the last boss is epic as mess. They got occurrences where you kind of face the end boss throughout the game because of you could be walking through a corridor and all of a sudden a tentacle will just grab you and you gotta try to somehow, some way blow the tentacle off you, get the tentacle off you by shooting at it. It was really cool. Kind of got the heart pumping. I like that a lot. What else can I say about this game? I mean, it was just really good. The characters were well developed. You actually start to care about these characters that were in Dead Space, and you just really start to care about them, which I found rather cool and interesting. But going back to the story, the further you play into this game, the deeper it becomes, and it gets more and more just horrific as you continue to play. And by the end, you do find out the truth, and I'm not going to say anything about that, and I'm just going to let you go ahead and play that. Another thing I will tell you, though, is a little tidbit that I was when I was actually watching a playthrough of this game when I was on Dark Side Fields channel. When he played the game, when he first bought it, somebody put a note up that pretty much said, if you take the first letter of every, the first letter from the first word of each and every chapter, it spells out something. And I'm not going to give it away, but it's pretty immense to the story, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But anyway, I would say this game is a definite buy. Anybody, if you like in survival horror games, you will love this. Another thing I will say is that this game quickly turns in after 4 chapters. The scares kind of stop, and it just becomes, okay, alright, just shooting enemies, kill them, get to the next stage, turn the next switch, go to the next stage. But I mean, the game is really good. I had tons of fun with it. The sound really would play with you if you play this at dark. Play this at night. The sound will get you. I promise. You will put the controller down, and you will have to recompose yourself before you play another couple of hours of this game. But anyway, big ups to this game. I really loved it. I would advise people to go out and buy it, or just rent it for a little bit just to try it and then buy it. This game is truly really good. But anyway, this concludes this video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and also follow me on Twitter, www.twitter.com/Naruto180. And until next time, guys, peace.